Hi everybody, I am coming on live here in my Facebook group, my private Facebook group, Intuitive Angel Messages. And the question was posted, I believe it was yesterday, on the group wall as to what is happening with our ears. A lot of people are noticing a lot of changes that are taking place within their ears over the last, well, some people it's been a couple months, some people it's been a year. Most people have really been noticing it over the past 2 to 4 days. And then what I did was I took that question, thank you, Barbara, and I posted it over on Ashley Cunningham, medium and healer, Ashley Cunningham's group, Channeling with Love. So if you haven't come and checked out Ashley's group, it is Channeling with Love on Facebook. And I posted this question again. Are you noticing any changes happening with your ears? Anything changing auditory wise? Are you noticing any changes with the sensation and feeling with your eardrums, energy coming, going? There's a lot of changes that are happening. So a lot of people commented and posted there too. And then I said, well, I'm just going to go live and talk about it. I noticed this happening with me 3 days ago. I woke up and I told a friend, I think I'm partially deaf in my right ear. And it was like all day. It felt like I was listening to sound coming through a long tunnel that was coming to my ear. So it was like a reverberatory type sound, but it was only happening to my right ear. And then I noticed a lot of energy was coming into my eardrum and it was making it pulse and a lot of pressure. And the sound was pretty much dulled down and coming through this tunnel for the entire day. So the first question I ask my team, my angels, is this energy related or is this physical related? That was the first question. Like, is there something happening with me physically or is this happening to me energetically? And the answer that came in was this was energy related. And then I got chuckling and laughter. And I was like, really? You're gonna laugh about this? I'm the one who's going through it. I'm glad you guys are having a good time. So then I asked, well, what is happening? And it's really just opening and expanding of our ears. You guys have always said, right? You guys always say to me all the time, I want to hear my angels. I want to hear my angels. I want to hear my spirit guides. I want to hear my loved ones. I want to do what you do. Guess what's going to happen? Why is this happening to our ears? I guess it's actually happening. It's taking place, isn't it? It's just more of a direct response, a direct path. So some of us have said, well, it could be tinnitus. It could be 5G. It could be. But when I ask and the response that I get is, no, it's opening and expansion of our channels of communication, our clairaudience, our ear chakras, our ears. And energy moving in and out of my eardrums over the last 2 days, I don't know if I would chalk that up to 5G or tinnitus, because I've never had tinnitus. I know some people that do have tinnitus. I know them personally. So you can ask some questions if that's similar. If this is something that's been going on steady, non-stop for years, I would say there's something going on there. That might be physical. If it's been coming and going over years, I would say possibly this could be energy. If this is something that's taking place like the rest of us over the last few days, like full throttle, there's a little bit too much of a coincidence because there's like 80 people between Intuitive Angel Messages and Channeling with Love that are saying that this is happening with them. So I'm going to bank that it's probably not going to be tinnitus or 5G. Why am I saying it's not 5G? Because Spirit tells me it's not 5G. And 5G hasn't even set up in my location yet. So I know where I'm located, 5G is just starting to get set up in the month of November in 5 major cities. The larger cities Okay, and so 5G hasn't even opened up in my local area, so I can speak on behalf of myself. So what is it? And the only thing that's coming to me from Spirit is that our channels are opening and expanding so that we can have an easier, more fluid incoming communication from Spirit. So now that you guys have an idea of what is transpiring within us, within each of us, you can say, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's go. So the soul that's been with me for the past few days, a lot, all around my head, all my shoulders, working all my ears. So the first day it was my right ear. Second day it was my left ear, a little bit of my right ear. Today it's both of my ears, and sound is just, there are moments where it's being adjusted, and it's very, like yesterday was really full throttle, and it just hurt just to talk. It hurt just to open the microwave door and put something in to warm it up. So Jesus is the soul that has been with me, and he's letting me know that my ears are opening for more easy, fluid communication. He's always told me that the clairaudience, or the hearing of Spirit, is not going to be always predominantly within my mind through thought process, right? Incoming thought processes or information, words being formed within your mind that starts out sounding like your internal voice, but you aren't the one forming the thought forms. And in order to pick up on clairaudience, what's the most important? Yes, you've been feeling Jesus as well, Stephanie. Yeah, he's been around big time. So if you want to pick up on Spirit, what's the most important thing that's happening in my mind in that moment? That my mind is nice and quiet and still. But I'll tell you, when Jesus is around and he's working on you, it's very peaceful and still as well. It's very pleasant. So I had my angels, I had Jesus, and I could feel my Pleiadian starseed family members really around me as well. Yeah, quiet mind is key. How many of us have a really nice quiet mind? How many moments out of the day? And we wonder why we can't hear our angels. I can't hear my angels. Well, do you ever have a still mind? Do you ever create stillness for yourself? No. So this open communication through our ears, from what Jesus is telling me, is not only going to come from within the mind through thought forms, and over time the thought forms that are formed from them no longer sound like your internal voice, but starts to adjust to their pitch and tone of voice. So then you start picking up on the clairaudience coming in from their pitch and tone as you become adjusted to their frequency over time. And then from what Jesus is telling me is that the information is going to come in through clairaudience, but it's going to be outside of my mind, coming from an energy talking outside of my head. And that's a lot of what I've been picking up on in the last couple of days while I'm giving readings. I'm like, oh my gosh, like just all around me, like it's like turning the speaker up and putting it on full blast stereo. That's what's been happening with me. It's been awesome. And you know what? It just makes my life so much easier when I'm channeling for people. I mean, I'm always able to channel, no problem. But when it's put on blast and speaker form around my head, it just makes it even easier. So also today I noticed my hearing went out completely on my left side, and it was near the end of the reading I was having. And Archangel Gabriel came in, got my attention, and just wanted to communicate a message at the end of the reading. So they're getting my attention through my ears a lot. Some people are noticing ringing, popping. They're noticing that their hearing is coming through a tunnel, like myself, or it's just like it's adjusting. I've also been noticing energy coming in through my eardrums like crazy, a lot of pressure, energy coming into my ear and straight through into my head. It's been wild. It's been a wild last couple days. So I'm just going to check in. One thing I did hear from Jesus is that for myself, when I asked, that this clairaudience would come to the next level and turn up and be more intensified in the next 3 months. There you go. Right now, in your living room, your left ear is going full throttle. What a big shocker. So, you know, for me, when my ears are going, usually if I get silence on the side of the head, I know I have an angel or an archangel there. That's just automatic. If I get ear cupping, so it's silence, like I can still hear, but it's like cupping, then I usually have a loved one that is attempting communication with me. But when the hearing goes completely out in one ear, that tells me I have an angel or an archangel. So is there anything further that would like to be channeled through on this topic? Yes, my guardian angel is saying that Agnes here is saying she is aware that some of us are concerned about the 5G, the waves that are going to come from the 5G affecting our vessels. She wants each of us to know that this frequency, this energy is going to be shielded from us. Our team is going to be working to shield these waves. And she's also talking about there's going to be some changes with that over time. So it will be adjusted to make it more comfortable for the population, or it will be removed entirely depending on the location. Okay, so that's what she wants to talk about, 5G. So it will either be altered to make it more comfortable, or it will be removed from certain locations. Okay, because it is not at this point healthy for the populace. But she wants us to remember that our teams will be shielding that from us. That'll just be ongoing, is what she's saying. Some of us do have tinnitus, but you know you have tinnitus. You've been diagnosed with tinnitus, or you've had it for a lengthy period of time. What we're talking about today is disturbances, changes with your hearing, and she's talking about it coming and going, or just coming once in a while. These are changes within your hearing, within your auditory clairaudience. So these changes are celebrated by us here on the other side, who are observing and watching what is unfolding and what is taking place. And we are elated that it has come to this point, come to this time where our channels are opening and expanding. And this is going to continue onwards into the future. Some of us are experiencing more than others, and it goes in a varying degree of levels as to who is ready for what. She's laughing and she says, if we just turn the volume up right away, many of you would freak out. You would be disheveled, is what she's calling it, okay? And in fact, you would be very disturbed and go to the doctor, and the doctor, what would the doctor say? So everything, including awakening, ascension, opening of your clairs for better communication, has to be a gradual process. And their goal is that it's more on the comfortable side for us, okay? They want us to be comfortable. But it's also important that we say something if it's not comfortable. Oh, I do. She hears from me all the time. So, you know, like if I get woken up in the middle of the night, or if I have energy working on me and I want a good night's sleep, or if the auditory just becomes so loud it hurts, it's so expanded. When our channels open for more clear communication, it can be intense. So then I have a word with them. So it's really important we have a word with them and say, listen, this is becoming too much. Okay? All right. Anything else you want to say on this topic? Just get ready for some more, because more is coming. There were going to be many of us here on earth that are going to have open, clear communication with spirit, and they're all elated and happy about this transition taking place on the other side. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, no, Barbara. So people's clairs, they open in different random ways. So some people, they've just had clairvoyance as one of their top clairs their whole lives. That was not me. My clairvoyance kind of kicked in when Jesus helped to open and expand my chakras, and really I woke up the next morning and I could see a lot more going on. Is it that I see without my actual physical eyes? I'm talking about the visuals that they put within my mind. It's like a little movie screen, if you want to call it like that. And so it's, when you daydream and you have like, you just have thoughts that go off and it's so visual in your head. It's like that, except that this is an energy putting that in my head. So it's completely different information and things I'm being shown, colors I haven't seen before, hand gestures to give me, all sorts of different things. Enough said, they'll do that. Or if they do this, the same, similar, or like. So like I'm not putting that in my head. That's coming in from an outside source. And some people are really good at clairsentience. That's always been my strongest. So some of us will have strongest is like clairsentience and claircognizance. Then I developed my clairaudience, and then my clairvoyance came on last. Whereas, say, Sharia, for example, you guys have all seen Sharia. She has always been clairvoyant with claircognizance, and then she's developed clairaudience over time, and that's still even developing for her. So clairaudience develops in the way of thought forms that are placed within your mind. You just let them unfold. It sounds like your own internal voice, but you're not the one forming the thought. But we need to have a quiet, still mind to do that. And then over time, it adjusts to their pitch and tone of voice as you adjust to their frequency. And now this next step, okay, and we're all on varying degrees of steps. So you might be at the step where you're just adjusting to their frequency and their pitch and tone more. Whereas I'm moving to the step of I'm hearing the communication outside of my head now. Okay, so we're all moving at different degrees based on what clairs are our strongest. Yeah. Some angels love to communicate through claircognizance. They just want to drop the whole sentence in my head at once, and they just go one after another after another. Sometimes I have to ask them to slow it down and use more clairaudience and go one word at a time, please. Other angels, they love to give me visuals. So when I'm channeling for someone who's coming to me, they're like, yeah, I pick it up in claircognizance too. And I'm like, well, that's how your angel communicates. But if you want it to be more clairaudient rather than, say, clairsentient, then you let them know, I would rather hear this in clairaudience. Could you please form the thoughts, form the words in my mind so I can pick up on them one at a time and then write them down or type them down, okay? It's really a wild ride, isn't it? Absolutely, Ruby. Absolutely. Crystals, certain stones, they're great for grounding. And boy, do we need to be grounded in our vessels right now, especially with this incoming energy on the planet and our channels opening and ascension and high vibrational frequency coming in. If you're not outdoors grounding, you need to be, like, all the time, okay? Like, I can't express how important this is, because this is just going to increase on the planet. It's just going to get more and more and more. And the fact that we're all noticing this with our ears right now is not a coincidence, okay? This is happening for a reason, because we're obviously ready, and the energy feels that this is the time for us to take that next step. Is there anything else as far as like what's going to be happening for everyone's clairaudience in the future? Like you've told me that for me it's going to be within the next 3 months. I'll notice a drastic change. And for everybody else, is it a different timeline, or is this all? Are we all on the same? I want to just telepathically communicate right now. Like moving my mouth is too slow. Are we all on the same timeline as 3 months? In the next 3 months, every one of us is going to notice some changes. We're just ready energetically, vibrationally for these changes to take place. That's why they're happening now. So don't get upset or distressed because you're noticing these changes. Just be aware of them, observe them. If they are too much for you, like if it hurts your ears, the high pitch is too much, or the sound becomes too loud. She's also talking about, we might notice light might be too bright for our eyes. That would be another sign of our chakras opening, right? Third eye's right here, ear chakra's right here. She's talking about we can address that with our team and let them know this is feeling uncomfortable. If you could adjust that, please. Okay. Yeah, pressure, and you're getting pressure and ear cupping. Yep. Cool. You're getting some whispers of words. Absolutely, Rita, no question. Rita is wondering about these whispers. They're just laughing and saying you already know the answer. And Rita, you just came out of my mediumship for beginners course, right? So as soon as you come through that, channels open just by coming through that. Layers of the heavy, dense energy is transmuted from us when we come through these courses too. Lightens us. So, okay. How fascinating. Alyssa found that she couldn't ground herself today. They're like, don't worry about it. Some days are good days, and some days just aren't as good to ground ourselves. So we just wait for the next available good time, good moment to do our grounding. Oh, man. I feel like my heart's pounding and racing. I don't think that's for me, Alyssa. So I don't know if maybe you're having a busier day, or you're feeling anxiety from this energy coming in, or what's going on with this. But if that is the case, it may make it more difficult for you to ground yourself. Now, you can take it off me. Man. See, now what they did there in communication is clairsentience, is feeling. They put that on me, so I would feel it. That was their form of communication while they were chuckling. Okay? So it's not always going to be clairaudience. It's going to be feeling, knowing, hearing, seeing, smelling, all sorts. Whichever way they know that you're picking up on their information. If you even notice, oh, my heart chakra's opening, that must be my angels nearby working on my heart chakra. If they notice you noticing, that's where they're going to consistently keep coming to you and getting your attention in that way. How cool. Yes. I love that. I just want to let everybody know that we literally have 10 days left to sign up for the Mediumship 102 course. A lot of people are asking me, do I need to take the beginner's course before I take the 102 course? No. They're two different courses. The 102 course is a shorter period of time for $185 US, but you just have a lot more put into that week. So you have 2 live broadcasts every day, pre-recorded material, journaling with a spirit workbook that is broken down with Ashley Cunningham. I have 2 mediums on hand along with myself, and we're assisting everybody and working along with everybody. And it's extremely high vibrational. It's new material. It's completely different than the beginner's course. So if you want to take the beginner's course, it's 1 live broadcast per day, an ebook to describe everything in detail, pre-recorded material is $155 US. It starts January 15th until the 30th. So it's for 2 weeks at 1 broadcast per day for the first 10 days. The last 4 to 5 days, I leave to the students to practice with each other. So the 102, you just get a bit more attention. Okay? So whichever direction or wherever you feel pulled towards, that's where you should go. If it feels flat and you're not so sure, maybe it's just not the right time. The 102 is coming up on the 15th until the 22nd. Both courses can be viewed with a lot of detail if you want to read up on it at KristinDaviesMedium.com, and I'll put that link in the description below after this broadcast. And I have the upcoming dates for the future courses coming down the road, so you may want to check that out to see what other dates are available. Okay. Who's coming into Stephanie's ear and leaving a long, drawn-out tone? Like, I need to ask this question, but we will anyways, Stephanie. Your guardian angel, your male guardian angel, getting your attention. Opening and expanding your ear and getting your attention. It's really about getting your attention. There are moments where he's also placing information through thought form within your mind. So he's communicating with you claircognizantly with that long pitch tone. So your job in that moment is to quiet your mind and let him form the thought form like this in your mind. Okay? I made that up right there, but that's how it comes through, word for word. And what do? We get out of our own way by relaxing. Still your mind. Tune out like you did in high school. Daydream. And then let them form the thought form in your mind. This must be quiet to do that. Cool. He's still talking. Sorry, go ahead. He says, tell her more is to come. More information through claircognizance. Information, ideas, insights. So, I don't know, he's talking about you like having questions about certain things, or you maybe wanting to know the answers to certain things. And he's talking about them giving you the answers through claircognizance. That's how they're communicating with you right now. They're also opening your channels for clairaudience, as you said previously. Thank you. A lot of people are struggling to be grounded right now. You know, it's really important that we step away from things that drop and lower our frequency, no matter what they are, and just focus on going out into nature. Lean your back on a tree even for 2 minutes before you go to bed at night, and really hone in on your own vibrational frequency and try to keep it as light filled as possible. It's so important right now. So important. Yeah. Oh, you hear your name being called at night. And so Lisa, in that moment, that would be your cue to say, who is calling my name? And then let them form it in a thought form. I guarantee you 110% that it's going to be your guardian angel. When you first start opening communication, your angels are the first ones that step forward in tandem with your spirit guides. They don't just let anybody show up. Nobody's allowed to just show up. Now, one of the things I teach in my mediumship courses is that it's really important to hone in on your own vibrational frequency. So if you're like really tanking in your frequency and you're focusing on the heavy, low vibrational aspects in this world right now and in your reality, I highly suggest that you take your attention and focus it somewhere else. I never once have the angels say to me, yeah, we really want you to worry and stress out and focus on the low vibrational negative stuff going on in the world. Why would we do that? Their mindset is, if we continue doing that, we're going to manifest more thought forms like that. We're going to manifest more desire to focus in on the heavy aspects in our reality. So why would we do that? They wouldn't want that for us. No. Okay, good, Alyssa. So when they put that on me, and maybe you're busy today, or you're picking up on the energy, so it's not going to be as easy for you to ground yourself. Yes. Pounding? Yeah. Okay. Caroline wants to know if her clairaudience is developing. Lifting and raising of your vibrational frequency first, Caroline, on a consistent, steady, regular basis. And when you keep and maintain that vibrational frequency, that is when the channels will open and expand. That's pretty direct. I know that this has been relayed before and it's getting relayed again. It's all in your hands, really. It really is. Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. Joanne, for sure. So are headaches and dizziness part of this? When energy comes in around our energy, it can create dizziness, lightheadedness, spaciness. So that's another sign clairsentiently that I have energy coming into my space. My hearing might go out in one, and then I get a little lightheaded, and I know an energy is just stepped forward into my energy field. And why is that energy there? Because it wants to communicate something to me, or it might be giving me, it might be relaying information for me that I might need at a future date. It might be giving me, it's obviously giving me information. Usually I just ask and then they communicate it to me. And if I don't hear anything, I just go, okay, that's information that they're relaying to me for a future time. A lot of time I found in the very beginning, Tanya, is that my crown chakra would have a lot of pressure and opening when Archangel Michael would come around. Who's opening and expanding Tanya's crown chakra? Your guardian angels and source at times. Are you praying, Tanya? I see you praying. I see you praying and talking to them. You're talking to them, Tanya. So you get a response by way of what's happening on the top of your head. They're showing it to me. Oh, and they love that you're doing it. There are certain things that are taking place in your life right now, Tanya, that you feel very stuck and like you can't get yourself shifted out of, or a shift or change to take place. And you don't have the answers on how to get out of it. So you're asking for help, and they're hearing you. And these changes are going to be coming. Just take that as a sign, what's happening with you right now, that they are around you and that they hear you. They're talking about you shifting and changing vibrationally. You made great strides, but there's more to come. Then these changes will transpire in your life when you shift and change within. Whew, so direct. All right, Tanya. Yeah, really intense dreams, okay? Weird, bizarre, intense dreams. And I don't analyze my dreams at this time, okay? Why? Because I know there's a huge amount of energy coming in. 2 nights ago, I woke up and it felt like my entire home was filled with energy. Almost like as if you would, it felt like a whole bunch of archangels standing around chumming it up and talking with each other while work was being done to me while I was sleeping. And I was like, I don't want to be bothered while I'm sleeping. Can you guys leave? You guys can work on me another time. And everybody left the moment I said, I didn't want to be bothered. So yeah, when you have these waves of energy coming in on the planet, these ascension waves, you're gonna have the most bizarre dreams ever. And like really intense dreams where you wake up and your heart's pounding. So picture yourself sleeping and all of a sudden they're like, it's a perfect time to infuse this energy through your three main chakras, your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and your stomach, okay, your solar chakra. And it is building high vibrational frequency within you. But what happens when you're sleeping and this is happening? Your body doesn't quite know what's going on. Sometimes even you can get a lot of panic attack type feeling, anxiety, heart palps, and your body kind of goes into a fight or flight mode because it doesn't understand what's going on. It doesn't understand that you have high vibrational light codes permeating your vessel. And so when you're sleeping, your body and then your mind, when you're sleeping, has the most wild dreams. So at this time, when this is happening, I will ground myself extra. I can even ask my guardian angel, can you please help me tone down these dreams because they're getting so out of hand. Or I ask her to help wake me up out of the dream state so that I don't continuously go through the cycle of it. But I'm not doing dream analyzation during this time because I know what it is. It's my body going through a fight or flight mode while I'm sleeping, and my body doesn't, and my mind doesn't understand what is happening energetically. Yes. It would be great if you knew how to use angel cards, Ruby. Picture it like a bridge between you and your divine team, making it so easy for you to open and expand. After this, I'm going to put a link below on how to use your angel cards. And I'm going to put that below so that you can watch it and then learn how to use a deck of angel cards. Nothing more important than knowing how to use a deck of angel cards. Because what do you do when you can't openly communicate with them? Maybe you don't even feel your chakras opening in the beginning. Many of us started from that. We felt nothing, right? Our channels weren't open. But one way to steadily help open your channels and to communicate with your guardian angels is to use a high vibrational deck of angel cards. Oh yeah, chills is a definite sign. Either your loved ones or your angels. So that will be your job in that moment to go, is this a loved one? And then you're going to quiet your mind and wait for a yes or no response in your body. No. Yes. Is this my angels creating these chills? Yes. You'll get one of the two. Okay, so I'm just going to answer one more question. Oh, isn't that pleasant, Sangeeta? Who's giving the pitch and tone into Sangeeta's ear at 4 in the morning? Your female guardian angel. And then did you switch to the other ear? She switched, she moved to the other side of your head to get your attention. First she got it there, and then they moved to here to get your attention. You know what she just said to me? They don't need to do that with me because I just know automatically what it is, and they don't need to move around or, do other things to get my attention because I already know that it's my angel. She's doing something very soft and gentle with you, Sangeeta. I'm just honing in on it now. Soft and gentle. Soothing you. Letting you know you're not alone. So I don't know if you feel like you need soothing lately or supporting, taking care of you and letting you know you're not alone. Yeah, I feel like she's nurturing you and soothing you very softly, very gently. It's very loving and soft and supportive. She says you're doing a wonderful job, Sangeeta. Sometimes you carry a lot of weight on your shoulders. like you have to be the one to help support others. So she's now helping to support you and take care of you. Isn't that beautiful? She just says, thank you, dear one. Okay, so the last message in regards to our ears is, my guardian angel's like, get ready for a ride. I love that. She knows I love that stuff. That's why she's doing it. She's riling me up and I'm like, yeah, let's go. She's showing like the big rides, the roller coaster rides. We're like, ah! So some of us like to go through life and we're okay with going through experiences like that, including that way with our channels opening. She's pointing at me. And some of us, we like to ride the little kiddie ride and we want things to go a little bit slower and more comfortable and take it more one foot in front of the other, and that's okay too. Whatever your comfort level is, we abide by this. Okay? So it's really important we let them know where our comfort levels are. Anything else? She and all of your angels want you to know that they love you and cherish you forevermore. And there's nothing you could do or say ever in any lifetime that you have that would ever change that. They are always with you, right by your side, whether you are in a vessel or out of a vessel, in the non-physical. They go where you go. They stay where you stay. And they love you and support you and nurture you and take care of you exactly where you are right now. They help you when you want to help yourself, but they make no direct involvement in changing you, okay? So they accept you for how you are. Unless you want to come and you want some changes, then they will give their feedback. They say Kristin knows this all too well. So true. So true. If I ask Agnes, get ready for it. Otherwise, she just accepts me for where I am in the moment. And now they're saying, thank you, dear ones. Have a wonderful week, everybody. And if you have any questions about the 102 course coming up, feel free to type in the comments below. I'm going to put 2 links down there, one to my website, one to the video to show how to use a deck of angel cards with a special message at the end from the angels for each of you. Love you guys. Bye.